Hello everyone, and welcome back to another mathematics lecture video. And in this video we're going to continue our discussion on the Cartesian coordinate plane, talking about something that is extremely useful for just generating quick insight about different aspects of geometry. And that's the idea of the quadrants of the Cartesian coordinate plane. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, again, as we always do, we're going to start off with our number line here. And as always, we have our origin 0, 0. We have the y-axis, we have the y-axis, we have the x-axis, and we have the origin. So you may have already kind of noticed this, that the lines intersect each other at 0. And you go this way, x values are positive. If we go this way, x values are negative. If we go this way, y values are positive. And if we go this way, y values are negative. And at 0, right, they're nothing. They're neither positive nor negative. And along the y-axis, right, x values are 0. And along the x-axis, right, y values are 0. So these axes break up our Cartesian coordinate system into 4 areas. We have the first area, or quadrant 1, right? Quadrant 1. Right? And you have to think in quadrant 1, right, that's everything to the right of the y-axis and above the x-axis is in quadrant 1. Let's actually draw out what this looks like here. Right? Right? Everything inside of this box right here, this is all quadrant 1. And what makes quadrant 1 unique is that in quadrant 1, right, x is positive and y is positive. Right? Actually, let's go ahead and say positive. Right? And y is positive. So these quadrants go counterclockwise. So we're in quadrant 1, then we're going to go clockwise to quadrant 2, counterclockwise to quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, right, this is quadrant 2, right, quadrant 2, right, and quadrant 2 is everything that is north of the x-axis, but to the left of the y-axis, right, and in quadrant 2, right, x is negative, right, x is negative, y is positive. Right, x is negative, y is positive in quadrant 2. Then we continue to go counterclockwise, and we get down to here, into here, and this right here, everything south of the x-axis, or south of the x-axis, and left of the y-axis. Right, everything in here, right, this is quadrant 3. This is quadrant 3. And in this case, right, both x and y are negative, right, because we're left of the y-axis, which means x is negative, and we're south of the x-axis, which means y is negative. So in this case, x is negative, and y is negative. Negative. Right, x is negative and y is negative in quadrant 3. And then finally, we move to quadrant number 4. Quadrant number 4, which is left of the y-axis and south of the x-axis. Right, so that's everything inside of here. Right, this is quadrant 4. Quadrant 4. And here, right, because we're south of the x-axis, y is negative. Because we're right of the y-axis, x is positive. So in this case, right, x is positive, and y is negative. Right? And these quadrants are going to play a bigger role when we talk about trigonometry. But for now, it's just a really quick way of assessing. For example, if I were to say you have a point in quadrant 1, you could faithfully assume that it is both x and y positive. Right? If I were to say you have a point in quadrant 3, it would be safe to assume that x and y are both negative. So hopefully that made sense. If any part of this was confusing, I encourage you to pause the video, go back and rewatch the part you're confused about. And as always, please reach out. Thank you.